Hi, boys and girls. I'm back for another chapter of third grade Angels. We're on chapter 2, the prize. And I know yesterday for your assignment, you had to put your guess as to what your prize was. So we'll be anxious to see if any of you got it right. It was a circle of yellow cardboard. Halo, voices called. Halo it is, said Mrs. Sims. Wonder if it fits. She put it on her head. She smiled and blinked her eyes. Like an angel, I guess. We laughed. So, she said, who would like to win a halo? Every hand went up. One, but one. Mrs. Sims looked surprised. Not you, Joseph? Joseph shrugged. He dragged his hands into the air. Sure, why not? She nodded. Indeed, why not? So here's the deal. Beginning in October, one angel per week will get to wear a puppy just like this. By puppy, she meant halo, which she waved at us. When your boss angel week is over, she grinned at Joseph, you may take your halo home. You may sleep with it, for all I care. We laughed again. So you ask, how do I get my halo, Mrs. Teacher? She pointed at us. Ha ha, good question. Becoming an angel? Poof. That was easy. All you had to do was make it to third grade. But this, she jabbed the halo at us, this you have to work for. This you have to earn. Billy Umberger's hand was waving. How do we earn it, Mrs. Sims? She blew Billy a kiss. Mwah! I love a kid who asks good questions. We laughed. We were spending a lot of time laughing. Let me throw the question back at you guys. She called us guys. Cool. What do you think you have to do to win your halo? Hands went up. She called on Judy Billings. Judy had a butterfly thing holding her hair back from her right ear. I liked Judy Billings ever since first grade, but I never before had such a good look at the back of her ear. Talk about perfect. An angel would be proud to have an ear like that. Be good, Judy said, like she was daring anybody to disagree. Okay, said Mrs. Sims. She repeated it as she wrote it on the board. Be good. She turned back to us. What else? Ronald, help people. Mrs. Sims wrote on the board, helpful. She looked over at us. Gendati Owen said, be nice. Nice, wrote Mrs. Sims, and so it went. Friendly, obedient. Mrs. Sims wrote, behave. Joseph put his hand over his mouth and whispered real low, boo. He looked at me and grinned. Do your homework. So there she is, writing their list. Eat your vegetables. That's what Bernard Weber said. Lots of laughing and groaning, but Mrs. Sims wrote it. Wash your ears. Neat cubbies. Spelling. Give the teacher an apple. That was Joseph. Laughing and clapping, Mrs. Sims wrote, love your teacher. Big cheers and even a whistle. By the time the last hand was called on, the board was almost full. Mrs. Sims took a deep breath. Well, there you go. Look how many ways there are to earn your halo. Get the picture, angels? Yes, we shouted. She snapped her fingers and pointed to us. All right, then, I've done my job. The rest is up to you. She looked at the calendar on the wall. 25 days till October. I wonder which angel will get the first halo. We all wondered with her. Mrs. Sims? It was Billy Umberger. Itching for another kiss, I figured. Yes, Billy. Does everybody get a halo? Mrs. Sims blinked like the question surprised her. I hope so. I expect every one of you to prove to me you're worthy of being an angel. I've been doing this for 12 years now, and so far every one of my students has earned his halo. Somebody blurted out, even Gerald Willis? I heard gasp. 23 heads jerked in my direction because it was me who blurted that out. Joseph reached across and punched my arm. Ha! You da dude. I couldn't believe my eyes. All of a sudden, it was like there was no door between my brain and my mouth. As for Gerald Willis, he was a fifth grader, a troublemaker, a bully. The class was laughing, but not Mrs. Sims. She wasn't even smiling. She stared at me. I said, everybody. I wanted to jump to my feet and call out, I'm sorry, Mrs. Sims. I don't know what's getting into me. I'm not usually a big mouth. The bell rang for recess. I was the first out the door. And that is the end of chapter 2. Be looking in your assignments below to answer the question for today's chapter.